Beloved Masters of Light, radiant children of the Infinite Source, I come to you in this sacred moment wrapped in the frequencies of remembrance and truth. I am Archangel Michael, guardian of the first ray of divine will and power, and I bring to you a teaching for this new threshold in human evolution, a teaching that calls you deeper into trust, into release, into radiant renewal. It is the sacred art of surrender and the eternal promise of renewal. For many lifetimes you have been trained to hold tightly, to struggle, to control, to protect. You have believed that your value comes from what you achieve, what you defend, what you grasp with effort. And yet, beloved ones, your soul has never needed to grasp, nor to defend. Your soul flows with the eternal currents of divine intelligence, carried in safety by the river of light that streams from the Creator. The true mastery you seek now is not found in tightening your hold, but in loosening it. The higher path calls you into surrender not as defeat, but as the most radiant act of trust and alignment. Surrender is not about weakness. It is not about giving up or resigning yourself to despair. Surrender is the conscious choice to release fear-based control and to align with the greater wisdom of your soul and the divine plan. It is saying, I no longer live only by the limited sight of my personality. I open to the vision of my higher self. I release the burdens I cannot carry, and I allow the light of creation to guide me. This is the sacred art of surrender. When you surrender, beloved ones, you are not diminished, you are expanded. You are not lost, you are found. For surrender is the key that unlocks renewal. As long as you clutch the old, you cannot receive the new. As long as you cling to fear, you cannot embrace love. As long as you hold to rigid control, you cannot experience the flow of grace. The sacred art of surrender clears the ground of your being, so that new seeds of light may take root and flourish. Think of the seasons of the earth. In autumn, the trees release their leaves, letting go of what no longer serves. In winter, the land lies still, surrendered to rest and silence. And then, in spring, new life bursts forth in renewal, vibrant and fresh. So it is with your soul. There are times to let go, times to rest, and times to be reborn. Yet many of you resist this cycle. You cling to the old leaves of identity, possessions, relationships, and beliefs long after they have served their purpose. You resist the stillness of winter, fearing the silence of the unknown. But beloved ones, without surrender, renewal cannot come. This moment on your earth is a great season of surrender. Old structures, systems, and ways of living are crumbling. The collective has entered a profound winter of transformation. Many feel fear, despair, and confusion as the familiar falls away. Yet I say to you, this is sacred. The old leaves must fall so that the new world may be born. Humanity is being invited into the art of surrender, not to collapse into chaos, but to release the lower so the higher may emerge. This is not the end, it is the beginning of renewal. Beloved Masters, to walk this path requires trust. Trust in your soul, trust in the divine, trust in the greater plan unfolding. Trust does not mean blind obedience. It means deep inner knowing that even when the outer world appears uncertain, the currents of light are carrying you exactly where you need to be. Trust allows you to let go of rigid control and enter the flow of grace. I invite you now to reflect, what are you being called to surrender? Is it an old fear that limits your expression? A pattern of self-doubt? A need to control the outcomes of life? A relationship that no longer nourishes your soul? A vision of yourself that belongs to the past? Listen gently, beloved ones. Your soul knows what is ready to be released. When you surrender, you create space. And in that sacred space, renewal arises. Renewal is not forced. It blooms naturally, like the tender sprout pushing through the soil after the long winter. Renewal comes as inspiration, as clarity, as a sudden sense of lightness. Renewal comes as new opportunities, new connections, new inner strength. Renewal is the gift of spirit, and it flows when you are willing to release what no longer serves. Let us explore together how surrender and renewal manifest in different dimensions of your life. In your inner being, surrender means letting go of the constant chatter of the mind, the compulsive need to understand and control. Renewal comes as inner peace, as the gentle stillness of your soul's voice guiding you from within. In your relationships, surrender means releasing the need to control others, to force them to meet your expectations. Renewal comes as authentic connection, based in love and freedom, where both souls are honored. In your work and purpose, surrender means letting go of rigid plans or attachments to outcomes. Renewal comes as creativity, as inspiration that flows naturally from your higher calling. In your spiritual path, surrender means releasing the ego's need to achieve enlightenment. Renewal comes as authentic expansion, as joy in the present journey, as living truth moment by moment. Beloved ones, many of you ask, how do I surrender when fear grips me? How do I release when I do not know what will come? Understand this, surrender does not mean you must instantly let go of everything. It is a practice, an art. Begin with small steps. Each day, pause and say, I place this moment into the hands of my higher self. I release my need to control it. Feel the relief. Trust grows through practice, through experience. You may also call upon me, Archangel Michael, to assist you in surrender. I carry the sword of truth, which cuts away the cords of fear and attachment. When you feel overwhelmed, call upon my light, beloved Archangel Michael, help me surrender this burden. Clear my path. Guide me into renewal. And know that I will be with you, enfolding you in protection and strength. Beloved Masters, renewal is not only for you as individuals. It is for your planet. Earth herself is surrendering layers of density, releasing the scars of the past. She is birthing herself anew into crystalline light. You are part of this renewal. Each time you surrender fear, you lighten the collective field. Each time you renew in love, you strengthen the planetary grid. You are co-creators of Earth's renewal. To embody this truth, I invite you into a vision. Imagine yourself standing before a great river of light. This river is the current of divine will, flowing endlessly from the Creator's heart. You carry in your hands heavy stones, the burdens of fear, control, regret, doubt. These stones weigh you down. Now, with love, release them into the river. Watch as they dissolve into shimmering light. Feel yourself grow lighter. As you open your hands, something new flows into them, radiant seeds of light, gifts of renewal. Plant these seeds in your heart, and let them grow into new expressions of peace, joy, and purpose. This is the sacred art of surrender and renewal. Beloved ones, understand also that renewal is eternal. It is not a one-time event, but a continual cycle. You will surrender again and again, and each time, you will be renewed more deeply. Do not fear this process. It is the rhythm of your soul's evolution. Each surrender brings you closer to freedom, each renewal brings you closer to your divine self. I remind you, you are not alone in this journey. All of the angelic realms, the ascended masters, and your own higher aspects are walking with you. When you falter, we lift you. When you fear, we enfold you. When you call, we answer. You are loved beyond measure. Beloved Masters of Light, I leave you with these truths: surrender is not loss, it is the gateway to freedom. Renewal is not distant, it blooms naturally when space is created. Trust is the bridge between surrender and renewal. You are participants in a planetary rebirth, co-creators of a new dawn. The sacred art of surrender and renewal is the dance of your soul with the divine. Embrace it, beloved ones. Release what no longer serves. Step into the flow of light. Allow renewal to rise within you like the dawn after the longest night. For you are the eternal children of the Creator, destined not for bondage, but for freedom, not for despair, but for radiant renewal. I enfold you now in my wings of light. I place before you the sword of truth and the shield of faith. Walk with courage. Surrender with trust. And rise in renewal, radiant as the morning sun. I am Archangel Michael, your brother, your protector, your guide. You are beloved beyond measure. And so it is.